enjoy my peace as a well. And I remember as I was coming out of my depression, I remember God saying, you need people who are going to pour into you, right? And I was, particularly when I was homeless, I had a lot of people who were just taking. So who are the people who are pouring into you positively, right? Who are the people who are reinforcing your dreams? When you tell them something, they're not like, oh, that's crazy, right? They're like, yeah, girl, you can totally do that. Who are the people that you feel peace around, right? They're not talking or gossiping about anybody else or tearing somebody down. They make you feel peace and you laugh. Who are those people? So looking for a community of people who are going to pour into you positively, who are going to push you into purpose. When I started to walk into this purpose of being a speaker and an advocate, the people around me were like, yeah, girl, we totally see that for you. Yeah. When are you going to go? Can you practice your speech with me? So they were even showing in their actions that they believed in me. I also really found it important that you're around people who are also chasing purpose, who are happy, who are full. Because sometimes if you surround yourself with so many people who are negative and aren't really moving anywhere else in life, it can drag you down too. So my biggest thing I always tell people is have the well fillers in your life.
Well, I love that. What you reminded me of is a quote by Les Brown, and he says, shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll still be among the stars, right? But if you don't have anything you're shooting for, I think it was Zig Ziglar that said it's guaranteed you're going to hit it every time.
Right.
So have something, even something small that you're going to do. When you told us your story last time, you said the first thing was get up and take a bath, and, get out of the house. I have a coach that says that, get out the house. Nobody's going to come to you in the house. You have got to take some, even if it's a small effort, and reach out and get out and get going. So, Lauren, thank you so much for this. And I want you, though, before we go again, if you would give those contact numbers and websites for people who either themselves or for someone that they know need to reach out.
Well, there are amazing resources online and by telephone. The first one is the Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week lifeline that helps people who are struggling with suicidal ideation, who have a plan, but it also helps their loved ones and friends. If you hear those red flags of suicidal ideation, a change in mood, restlessness, a change in sleep patterns, overeating or not eating at all, giving away worldly possessions, call 1-800-273-TALK, 1-800-273-TALK. That you could talk to them about your friend and they'll connect you to resources in your area. They'll tell you, yes, this is a crisis. You do need to call 911. If you're struggling, they'll talk you down from that situation and connect you to resources. The National Alliance on Mental Illness is an amazing resource that helps people learn how to live with their mental illness. They break the stigma of mental illness and they teach family members how to be better caregivers. If you go to www.nami.org, that's NAMI.org, you can search for a NAMI chapter in your area, get connected to a connections group, peer-to-peer or family-to-family. There's also a national organization called Mental Health America. That's MHA.org. That's another amazing nonprofit that helps people. They have a warm line that you can call and talk about your mental health struggles. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention gives suicide prevention training in communities all around the country. Go to afsp.org, find a training in your area so you can be best equipped to help someone who's struggling if you ever encounter that.
Thank you so much, Lauren. And I just want to encourage everyone who's listening, please save those resource numbers and websites there. And also, please think about sharing this broadcast because we never know. If I could add up the number of suicides that I've known in my life, who maybe I could have shared something, and they would have listened to it, not feeling any stigma, but just heard something that would have helped them, even if they were having trouble reaching out and saying where they were, maybe that could have saved some lives. So I would ask you, please, to reshare this with your network because there's very, very good likelihood that there's somebody in your network who very much needs this and needs to reach out today. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this is Jeff Byrd with Jeffrey Byrd Coaching. I've been the last 2 weeks with Lauren Hope. Again, she's founder of Good Girl Chronicles. I encourage you to check that out. What's the website for that?
GoodGirlChronicles.com.
That way you know. So easy enough. So encourage you to check that out. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Empowered Living. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.